Okay, so this video is going to be kind of all over the place. There's a bunch of things I want to talk about, but mainly there's a lot more dreadiness in my hair. I know in the last video I made, I think it was like 5 months or something, and this is around 8-ish, something like that. I had like 3 defined ones, and now I have a lot more than that. And there's still a lot of loose hair, but there is a lot of just dreads that are starting to come like that. Alright, let me see if I can pull them all up. The ones on the top of my head. That's one thing I've noticed, that most of the where they start is like right here, probably because of sleeping, and then they kind of like go down here or from the back, because I have a couple that start right in the back, like this one. This one's kind of like fat on the end, but there's one in the middle, there's one on the side, same thing, really tight right here, and then it's starting to get a little bit looser here towards the end, but that is getting smaller and smaller. And this one that comes right from the side right here, it actually looks different from before because there we go, because this part had a big loop on it. I don't know if you remember, but it did, and it was getting just too circular and big, and I didn't like it, so I actually ended up snipping the end of it and then brushing it out. So now it looks a lot better. In my opinion, it looks a lot better. Let me get the focus right. And then yeah, just on top there's so many more. And I still have a lot of loose hair, but even the ones in front are starting, they're starting like right here. It's so hard, everything's backwards in the camera. Right there. And in the back is just like a nest. I don't know if you guys can see this, but like that's going. This usually is just matted and messy, and I have to keep undoing it. And keep doing things like that. But yeah. So there's still a lot of loose hair, but there is so many more pieces that are being defined by themselves now. And I was actually looking at the ends, like the tips of the dreads, and there would be like a whole bunch of white dots at the end, like at the end of the hair follicle. And when you have a bunch of those, it looks like there's like something gross in your hair. So I thought that was split ends, but when I pulled it out, the end that I pulled out was actually the beginning. So it was actually the hair follicle that was the white tip at the end. So somehow the hair falls out and then like flips over and then gets tangled in, and then what you have hanging at the bottom is the follicle that was originally in your head. So that's kind of weird, but I just took some scissors and just snipped off all those ends, and it really like cleaned it up. It made it look good. I also had some like lint from my pillowcase that had gotten into the back, like this back kind of gnarly one, and it like wove itself in, which is, someone had to show me, like take a picture on their phone and show me, because it looked actually kind of gross. But kind of did the same thing, just like took a brush, brushed as much lint out as I could, I mean, it was really woven in there. And then just like took some scissors and cut out the rest that we couldn't get out. Besides that, I took some of your guys' advice and did the tea tree oil that you can get at Trader Joe's. It's like peppermint. It smells really good. It doesn't lather that much, so sometimes I feel like I'm using a little bit more than traditional shampoo. But I mean, so far so good. I'll use it for like kind of periodic washes. But if I'm ever coming back from the beach or sweating a whole bunch, then I still use the Head and Shoulders because it really takes care of my scalp. So I mean, I've heard on some YouTube videos people have said they go a month without washing, and I mean, you just have to have a completely different lifestyle for that to work. That's someone who's in an office, someone who doesn't go to the gym, someone who does barely any physical activity. For me, that's not even, I can't fathom that. If I go 4 days without washing, one, my scalp will get really oily. Two, there's just tons of sweat from just the stuff that I do that would be in there. So I still wash it very frequently, like once a day or once every 2 days. Doesn't really get to 3 very often, but sometimes it's twice. I'll wake up in the morning and take a shower, and then later I'll go surfing, and yeah, I just have to do it. So tea tree oil is good, it smells good, but I also combine it with regular dandruff control shampoo. Let's see, I got notes. I mentioned that before, like leaving your hair up in a hair tie, how it helped me, and I gotta say it really does. Like I went on like a little road trip this week to Atlanta, and I had my hair up basically the whole time, and when I took it down, there was a whole bunch more of pieces that had started to dread together, and it's definitely from leaving my hair up, because think about it, if your hair is tied up in the back and you have all these ends poking out, when you lay down on your pillow, they just get like matted together and become more grouped, and then when you take it out, you have all these tips that are whatever, they're together, so you just pull the large groups apart, and then your dread starts from the bottom up. That has been really effective for me. So, and it looks a little bit more professional than having your hair down, especially when you live in Florida. You like, it doesn't look that good when your hair is always down. So I don't know. That's pretty much it. There's been a lot of progress, and I'll just see what happens next. If you guys want to know anything, just let me know. I'll make another video. Alright, later.